Ladies, when did you realize that he's not your type financially? When he started asking how much my rent was and how I could afford to live in the area I live in, and comments like, "You're the one with the money, big money."
That's disgusting.
When he said, "I gotta work 3 jobs to catch up to you."
That's the most humiliating thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
When he invited me to dinner and split the bill because he was a feminist.
Yeah, that's disgusting stuff.
A guy asked me out, then the day of the date said, "Where'd you want to go?" And when I said Olive Garden, he said I was moving too fast and Olive Garden money is relationship stuff.
I swear Olive Garden's like a chain restaurant. I've been there before.
Yeah.
It's basic.
Oh, is it?
It's basic.
Relationship stuff.
You're moving too fast.
In today's video, we're continuing on with why women will continue to lose on good men if they don't change their habits, their ways. You know what I'm saying? And as for men, why they still need to stick to their standards, you know? They can be changing this shit for nobody, you know? Up the standards, stick with it. Stop bending backwards like a rubber band. So without further ado, smash the like button, subscribe, let's go.
Red flag that I seen a guy is having a mom, and even worse, having a sister.
Damn, you want me to be an orphan? Well, unfortunately, I have both a mom and a sister.
Oh, wow. Do you have any aunts?
3.
Wow. Is your grandma still alive?
One of them's gone. Yeah, the other one's still here.
All right.
Playing ridiculous. I was having a family, such a red flag. Having a mom is a red flag, really? Like, I mean, there's so many red flags in a person. You just come up with having a family in general is a red flag. What kind of ridiculousness is this? Crazy for this. I guarantee you herself, she has a family too. Herself, she probably has a mom, a sister, a brother. She has a whole clan there, you know what I mean? But yet she's ready to bash my man just because he has a family. He didn't choose his family chose him. It's like he didn't choose his family, man. Like, you know, people are always like, yo, you can change your red flags. How can you change your family? You know what? But I commend this man. He's stuck to his moral code. He had so many chances of lying and trying to manipulate her and trying to fit her stereotype of what she considers a good man. But I commend him, you know what? He did right. He told her the truth. He could have lied. Like a lot of men out there, you know, nowadays, who they lie about who they are, what they do, just to impress the girl or just to get between her legs. But he didn't do that. He stuck to his moral code of conduct, stuck with honest and integrity. You go, bro, you know, own that shit, you know, own up to it. I don't care if it's a red flag or not, at least he's owning up to it. He has a family, he has a mama, sister. What up with it, right? If she doesn't want to be with you, she's not for you. And matter of fact, she sounds crazy regardless. You shouldn't even be with her. That's a red flag in itself. If a woman is asking if you have family, that means she's crazy, bro. Many guys often make mistakes of catering their responses very carefully, not to give her the ick and not to push her away. They try to fit the woman's stereotype of what she considers an attractive man. Men shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be trying to change yourself and trying to be somebody you're not. So if you have something that she finds that it's a red flag, you should own up to it. Props on him for keeping it up with his honesty and telling her the truth as what it is. No matter if you're gonna scare her away, push her away, and make her unattractive to you, you know, you shouldn't be lying about things like that. Because family is big, man. Family is blood. So, you know, if she considers that a red flag, trust me, she's not for you.
Things guys do when they don't like you. And by don't like you, I mean not trying to pursue you to be more than a fling, a hookup, a situationship. Number 1 is when they only weekend or night text you. If they only hit you up on the weekends, that's their fun time and that's their time that, you know, they don't got much going on. They could be looking for something, looking for some fun, little weekend plan, a little weekend fling. And if they text you at night, it's a booty call. So girls just honestly don't even answer the booty call.
When someone texts you at night, yeah, for 90% of the guys it is, of course, a booty call, you know. But the top 10%, man, these guys are busy all day, man. They don't stick with their phone 24/7. You know, they may have it with them, but they're business. They're running companies. They don't have time to be out there texting girls back and forth. You know, they're making money. So if later in the evening he's hitting you up, yo, he has free time. This means this is his window. You know, he's replying to all his messages from throughout the day. You know what I mean? So not all the time, not 100% of the time it's for booty call. Depends. If you guys only talk in the evenings and it's sexual conversation, sexual topic, then yes, it is for booty call. But for the most part, it ain't. Not everybody's like this. But most of the guys, majority, yeah, definitely, they are trying to get some. You know, when they're texting you at night, especially like 10 p.m., 12 a.m., whatever, yeah, you got that. But the other percentage, the high level performing man, the 10%, you know what? They worked all day. they're grinded, they were making money, they were busy out here running a company. In the evening is their winding down time, their chill time, you know. So for them to reply to you later, don't be hurt, don't be butthurt. It's not everything about it.
Number 2, if all you see is his bedroom, that is the only place in his life he wants you to see. Okay, you get the gist as to why you would be in the bedroom. But if I have to say it out for you, he just wants to hook up. And he is not bringing you out on dates. He is not showing you his friends. He's not bringing you to dinners, taking you out on those dinner dates, or even just to his friends whatever it is. If he's not doing that, he doesn't want you to see that or be involved with his life in that manner.
So in order for this to happen, the relationship must have already started from a hookup point of view. Like the case is, both parties usually start this with a hookup type of format. You know, this is how the dynamic of it, and then later on, when the girl catches feelings and she wants to become more than that, this is when the guy, he's, you know, comfortable with what they are. He doesn't want to change. He doesn't want anything deeper than what it is. This is where girls get a little bit offended, you know. Now they start viewing themselves as you're just using them for sex and all that. But typically the whole dynamic usually starts this way anyways. So yeah, if he's showing you the bedroom and all that, for some reason, maybe the chemistry you guys had, or maybe the vibe you were giving off, or maybe this whole interaction you guys have been having has been a sexual one, right? So that's what he's seeing it from you. If you don't show him something otherwise, that you're not just like a hookup partner, you're more than that, then yeah, he ain't gonna take you serious, you know. So it has to start from off the bat. If you're only seeing his bedroom, chances are this whole dynamic started off that way.
Number 3, if he's a bad texter, any guy will text you and find time and make time to text you if they want to, and if they're interested, and if they want to pursue you. And if not, they'll call you. So they will make time to put that effort in. And if they don't, and he's a bad texter, no, sweetheart, he's not a bad texter. He's just not that interested in you.
Bad texter. So in most cases, yeah, this goes both ways. Most cases, actually, I'd pinpoint women tend to do this the most. You know, they're the ones who tend to say they're bad texters because they have an endless amount of options and they don't want to keep replying. I mean, they get sidetracked, bro. They have like 200. Imagine trying to reply to 200 people, bro, every day, or 200 plus, you know. And a guy, matter of fact, guys don't even get this many chances, or they don't even get this many options. That's why, guys, it's really rare for a guy to be a bad texter with you, unless you're playing ugly, bro. If you're playing ugly, yeah, he's a bad texter, you know. But if you're attractive and, you know, attracted to you, then yeah, definitely, then he's not gonna be taking his sweet time texting. Another case is if they're a bad texter, that means behind the scenes they already always had a girlfriend and you were just the hookup, you know, you were just the side piece. So whenever he came to you, you guys did your deed. After that, he returned back to his woman and you just are a side dish, nothing serious, you know what I'm saying? So definitely that's another possibility. So then the other one, like I pinpointed, you're not attractive at all, you know, you're one of the boys, matter of fact. So that's why he starts texting with you. Or another thing is you're playing crazy. He just discovered you're hella crazy and he lost interest, and yeah, you just don't do it for him anymore, you know. And or my guy, the person you're chasing, this guy, he's a maybe top 10% man, top 5% we should say, you know. He has a lot of options, you know. You are like at the bottom 5%, he's at the top 5%. So he's dealing with a whole lot of other caliber women. So for you to try and fit in, he has to be going through a dry spell, you know what I mean, to fit you in, you know what I'm saying? So most cases, yeah, he has something going on, he's busy, he has other women, he's partying, he's out there, you know, boom. But for that 90% of men out there, you know, nowadays, for them to become bad at texting you, it means you're either playing ugly, or two, they already have a girlfriend they're committed to, but they cheat from here and there, or you're just a side dish for when they are extra hungry, you know what I mean?
And last but certainly not least, if he doesn't make real plans. If he isn't making real plans with you and like booking in advance at a dinner, or planning when the next time he's gonna see you, when he sees you next, and like having something to do, even if it's like a week in advance and you're still having a movie night or whatever, fine. But if he's not making those plans and like setting those in advance so that you don't do other plans and that he can't see you, whatever, and then you're busy, he will, if he's interested in you, he will make that plan and pursue it and do something special for you because he wants you to be his and not anyone else's. So he doesn't want you to have that chance to be on a date with somebody else. He will be asking you and checking in on you about what you're doing. Which leads me to my next one. If he's not asking you what you've been up to, what you've been doing, where you're going this weekend, or with who, if you say you're going to a dinner or you're going out, then he's not that interested. He's not even jealous. So it means that he doesn't care if you're with somebody else. So if your man does any of these 5 things, please, girl, build a roster, build a team, build other options, because that is what it is.
So this part about making plans, you know, as guys, we are like spontaneous, you know what I mean? We don't even know what we're gonna eat for lunch, for dinner, you know. Girls know exactly what they're gonna eat next week, Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, you know. We rely on the day to day. Depends, you know, depends what we're gonna, how we're feeling, how the mood's going, how the weather is, you know, what vibe we're in. Then yeah, we do that shit, you know what I mean? Like making plans. So but girls expect men to have this almost systematic, like to plan almost as if they're going to have like an appointment. They just follow where the wind takes them, you know. They're not like females out here wanting you have to book appointments to see them 2 weeks in advance. Nah, guys ain't got time for that, you know. We don't even know what we're gonna do tomorrow, let alone you want us to make plans with you for 7 days later. No, hell no, bro. We ain't got that long time to be planning shit, you know. No guys in the right mind is making plans 2 weeks in advance or 7 days in advance, you know. The most we could do is maybe 2 days, but aside from that, yeah, man, guys ain't gonna be making plans with you a week in advance, or because shit starts feeling like an appointment, like going to the doctor or something, you know. The funniest thing is, imagine after making plans a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, to still get cancelled on last second, bro. This makes you feel like you wasted there's nothing more that makes you feel like you wasted your time than this, you know. And that's the reason why a lot of guys don't really rely on this plan making 2 weeks in advance, a week in advance, 7 days in advance. The most they'll do is probably 2 days, you know, because yo, they don't got time. They don't have time to be waiting and marking calendars to wait to see you. You know what I mean? This is why a lot of guys just refrain from making plans ahead of time in general, you know. They deal with the vibe, you know. If your vibe is good today, you know, you're feeling like chilling, you're spontaneous, yeah, they'll chill with you later in the evening. They might chill with you tomorrow, maybe even the day after that. But yo, pushing it to like a week, 2 weeks, no, they ain't gonna do that. No guys gonna be doing that. It doesn't matter how much they like you. I mean, I guess at first, if they're trying to get you and you're bad, you know, and they're kind of below average, you know, you're kind of like above their league, then yeah, they're gonna put in work. Some guys will plan like a month in advance to see you, you know. A regular guy who knows his worth ain't gonna be doing that.
If he's not asking you what you've been up to, what you've been doing, where you're going this weekend, or with who, if you say you're going to a dinner or you're going out, then he's not that interested. He's not even jealous. So it means that he doesn't care if you're with somebody else. So if your man does any of these 5 things, please, girl, build a roster, build a team, build other options, because that is.
So this question about what you've been doing over the weekend, to be honest, guys really don't give a shit of what you've been doing over the weekend. They're too busy dealing with their own weekend to give a shit of what you've been doing, you know. So if a guy's asking you, oh, what you've been doing this weekend, or, you know, what did you do? Did you do anything fun, exciting, blah, blah. They really don't care, to be honest. They're just trying to figure out things for themselves, you know. They want to see if maybe you were out the weekend, you know, like you were out in the streets acting like you're for the streets, or, you know, especially if the guys who want to take you serious, right, they be asking these questions to figure out how you spend your weekends. If you spend it like clubbing, partying, all this and that, then they know you're not girlfriend material regardless, right? If you said you spent it doing homework and all that, then they know what type of person you are, right? Most of the times when they ask you this, they actually just ask you to just make conversations, you know, like they're just generally being nice. They're just trying to make conversation. They're just trying to have something to talk about. That's why they ask you what you did this weekend, or who you went shopping with. You know, most of the time they really don't give a shit, and half of the time they're trying to get that box. That's how it is. To put it simply, they want the box, so they're gonna pretend like they care how your weekend was, what you did in the weekend, how was your girl trip, you know, what did you buy from the mall. In reality, they don't give a shit, you know. Doesn't even matter how much they like you, they don't really care what you did. So jealousy only happens when a man is taken by surprise. Like, let's say he's with you and he doesn't know that you know, you dated the whole football squad, all of a sudden you're out and you guys are watching a football game and the whole team knows you. Hey, yeah, he's a little bit jealous because now he's caught off guard. But yo, if the man here is aware of how you are as a woman, he's aware of that female nature, he's not gonna get surprised and he's not gonna get jealous because he knows what it is. It is what it is, right? He knows that today he's with you, tomorrow you might not be with him. He's aware of that. He can lose you at any second, you can lose him at any second. You guys can be, today you can, you know, love each other, tomorrow you're going to be choking each other, taking each other to court. He already knows, right? Life is unpredictable. So for the most cases, a man who's secure within himself and knows he's a prize, he doesn't really give a shit. You know, a matter of fact, he's not even jealous. Matter of fact, he's really in control of his emotions. Yes, he may feel things here and there, things may bug him, you know, things you do, or if some of your past comes up and catches him off guard. Yes, he might be a little bit, you know, annoyed, a little bit jealous. He might feel some kind of weird feelings, but that's to say again, it just comes from him being taken by surprise. You know, that's the feeling that it creates, right? Him not knowing this information beforehand and just him getting caught off guard. Then yeah.
Ladies, when did you realize that he's not your type financially? When he started asking how much my rent was and how I could afford to live in the area I live in, and comments like, "You're the one with the money, big money."
That's disgusting.
When he said, "I gotta work 3 jobs to catch up to you."
That's the most humiliating thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
When he invited me to dinner and split the bill because he was a feminist.
Yeah, that's disgusting stuff.
A guy asked me out, then the day of the date said, "Where do you want to go?" And when I said Olive Garden, he said I was moving too fast and Olive Garden money is relationship stuff.
I swear Olive Garden's like a chain restaurant. I've been there before.
Yeah.
It's basic.
Oh, is it?
It's basic.
Relationship stuff.
You're moving too fast.
When I was making the payments on my own wedding ring, when he started donating plasma, went out with him and his friends, and while the other guys were fighting to pay the bill, he just sat there like a baddie.
Okay, yeah, this seems like a big joke and all these guys are laughing and all, you know, but to be honest, I commend these guys, man. At least they're honest, at least they're straightforward, you know, up front. You see, a lot of men nowadays, they play the opposite of this. They be broke, but yet they're still trying to impress and entertain these women who are just there for their money, you know, who are there just for the financial need. So at least these men are keeping it 100 straight off the bat. They're telling her they don't have that kind of money, so she shouldn't even be expecting that kind of date, you know, or she shouldn't even be expecting anything fancy. At least they're letting them know straightforward, so later on these women don't be pulling bullshit. You know, most guys out there, they be broke, but yet they're acting like they have money and they're living way beyond their means. They can't even afford shit, but they're trying to impress this girl just so they can get between the legs, you know. And later on, a lot of women fall for this, and then they get pregnant, and later on they discover, man never even had a job in the first place. Man was just living credit card to credit card, you know, food stamps and all, you know. But my man had to flex just to get the girl, and later on to return back to his poverty life, and now she's feeling like she got played. So she thought he was loaded like that, you know. So at least these men have the decency to be straightforward and honest. At least they have the audacity to disclose their boundaries, you know. They tell them straightforward that, yo, they can't afford to go wine and dine at this type of restaurants, you know, as opposed to faking it in order to impress you. Matter of fact, these men should be more attractive than the men you're going for, because at least they're honest off the rip, and at least they're humble enough to disclose that, yeah, they ain't got the type of financial need that you're looking for, you know. Because like we know, men don't want to be viewed as broke, even though they may be broke, you know. They like to hide that fact. But at least this man, they don't give a shit, and they let her know how it is. So she shouldn't even be, this shouldn't even be a turn up. She shouldn't even be upset, because at least she was told off the rip. Would you rather you getting with him and finding out a year or 2 years later that he's broke all along and he was just putting on a facade for you? Or would you rather know right from the beginning, you know? And the good part about this is the wrong kind of woman, they will cut themselves out, and the right woman will stay, right? The women who were there not for the money but for the dude, you know, and the genuine connection and all that shit, then they'll stick around. But the women who are there just for the money and they're gold diggers and all, You know, they will weed themselves out, which is even perfect and better for you because you don't need them in your life. You know they're users. So yeah, man, I commend these guys for actually keeping it honest and keeping it real. These dudes here are laughing like it's a joke, but yo, at least they're honest with it, you know. Bringing a child to Tinder date, you know, typically I don't really advocate any party to be doing this. You know, I don't advocate for men and women to be bringing children from their own previous relationships into dates with each other, you know, because it takes away from the date. You know, now you guys have to entertain the kid and the kid gets in between and in the way, but you know what, it is what it is. You know, if the man is comfortable bringing his daughter, let him be, you know. And the good part about this is if the woman accepts the child earlier on, it makes the relationship even easier, because then later on, what the man doesn't even have to feel the need to hide he has children. You know, most guys will pretend that they're single here and there, you know, they go out to the club and all, but they have a whole family hidden in the background, you know, and the women end up finding out like 6 months later that they've been married and had like 6 kids all along, but the dude will still play like he's single and he ain't got children, you know. So at least this man is vulnerable enough and comfortable enough to bring his daughter. And on top of it, if the woman was there to really use him and to just get food out of him, bro, at the end of the day, at least he'll wake up tomorrow knowing that he went to the restaurant. Yeah, of course he went for a date, but he took his child with him. So the last memory is not going to be a sour one. It's not going to be a bitter one of him getting used by some bimbo from Tinder. It's going to be more like, yeah, I took my daughter to eat and this bimbo came along. Why not? You know, it didn't work out, but hey, he's just gonna view it like a regular day, like he was just chilling with his daughter and the bimbo just decided to join. So on top of it, if they accept that, it's a win-win, right? It's a win if she still decides to see you, and it's a win if she doesn't, because at the end of the day, you view it like, you know, you didn't waste money for nothing. Like you ate, your daughter got food, and yeah, maybe you paid for the bimbo or whatever, but it doesn't bother you as much, right? Because it feels more like a hangout. Whereas if you went on a one-on-one, in the end you might be feeling resentment, you might be feeling like you were used and all.
Are you a 30-year-old?
Huh?
Are you a 30-year-old?
No, I am not a 30-year-old. Alright.
Okay, you've got a very like baritone ass voice. It sounds very like not older.
Sounds very deep.
I'm not gonna say older, yeah, but like you know what I mean. But how old are you?
I'm 23.
23.
Yes.
Okay.
And yourself?
24.
Alright.
You are 30-year-old. So this is a problem, right? Nowadays, girls be sounding more like dudes and dudes be sounding more like girls, you know? Most men are so feminine. The voices nowadays, they sound like a 14-year-old girl, bro. And the girl herself, she be sounding like a high testosterone man, you know? So like this video here is hilarious, you know, the fact that he's so concerned if she's 30 or not. Like, why is he scared to begin with? Why is he scared if she's 30? Does it matter? It seems like he's a little bit intimidated. If she had said she's 30, it seems like he would have just run away. But you know what? Props to her too, because she had every right to be offended by this question. At least she made it into a joke and never really took it beyond that, right? She was pretty calm and chill with it, especially considering her voice, right? Like if we were to judge her based on her voice alone, we would have probably, you know, concluded that she's maybe stuck up, maybe she's a headache, maybe she'll be the one who will bring problems and be hard to handle. But she's more chill than the guy here, you know. And even though the guy was more like, even though the dude here was a little bit out of pocket, like I don't know why he's so concerned if she's 30 or not. She could have taken it far left and cursed him and all and be offended by being labeled as a 30-year-old, but she didn't. So yeah, she's gold. She sold it for sure. But anyways guys, that's all I got for you today. That's the video. Let me know what you think about it. Comment down below. Your boy PAPI. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. I'm out on this bit.